You pour a cup of coffee, and suddenly, time slows. In the silence before the first sip, a question rises. Why do some thoughts always return? What if your morning ritual is more than caffeine? What if it is a doorway to life's oldest mysteries? Steam curls, sunlight spills across the table. The world hasn't begun its chatter yet, but your mind is already awake. Why does a simple act, making coffee, stir the deepest questions? Why does stillness reveal what noise obscures? We treat coffee as fuel. Maybe it's a ceremony. It's a threshold into awareness. In these quiet moments, philosophers have always lingered. The flicker of thought, the sudden clarity, the ache of longing. It's not escape, it's presence. Socrates never wrote a word. He walked Athens barefoot, asking questions in the marketplace, under olive trees, over shared wine. To him, philosophy was not abstraction. It was life. Small pauses mattered. Honest conversations mattered more than grand tomes. He taught that the examined life was worth living, but it didn't require grandeur, only honesty. Great truths sometimes bloom at the city well, not the academy. Today, your cafe, your kitchen counter, your morning pause, serves the same role. Philosophy, like coffee, begins in silence. Yet, our moments of quiet have been stolen. Scroll, sip, scroll. Notifications ping, voices compete, distractions swarm. Noise has replaced reflection. Thought has become mere background music. We fear silence because in it, we confront ourselves, the questions we avoid, the truths we hide, the yearnings we deny. The ancients named this awareness of awareness metacognition, the art of stepping back from the current of the mind and watching it move. The Stoics called it assent, the power to choose which impressions to accept, which to reject, which to let shape the soul. Buddhists called it mindfulness, presence in the present, attention to what truly is. Different words, different languages. Same profound truth. Real thought does not begin when we chase ideas, scramble for answers, or drown ourselves in constant input. It begins when we pause, when we notice, when we listen to the quiet hum beneath the noise and let it speak. It begins when we reclaim the space to see the mind for what it truly is. A garden waiting for attention, not a river swept away by endless current. What if coffee isn't just a habit? What if it's a doorway? A quiet ceremony, a sacred pause that transforms the mundane into meditation. In that gentle warmth, you are no longer defined by your deadlines, your inbox, your constant notifications. You are presence itself, pure consciousness. A spark of curiosity awakening. Across the centuries, have held silent revolutions. The Enlightenment stirred over cappuccinos. Kierkegaard wrestled with despair and faith in coffee houses. Simone de Beauvoir and Sartre debated freedom, existence, and desire amid the haze of Parisian smoke. Coffee didn't forge these ideas, it simply gave them breathing room, vessel for thought to gather, to ripple outward, to grow, pause long enough for insight to arrive, unbidden. A room in which the mind can awaken, stretch, and feel the pulse of the world anew. Tomorrow morning, lift your cup slowly. Ask yourself, what am I choosing? What am I chasing? What beliefs do I sip without question? Philosophy isn't just for professors. It's for anyone willing to pause, to anyone willing to ask. Is there more to this life than what I see? Socrates would nod. Asking questions over coffee makes you a philosopher? Philosophy begins not in books, but in awareness, in curiosity, in mornings like this one. Let this cup be your invitation. Sit with yourself, think thoughts unspoken. See the world more clearly, one sip at a time. Watch more from the playlist The Big Questions, where ancient philosophy meets everyday life.